So, the four of you awaken respectively. You all don't really know that everyone else has experienced essentially a vision of their own. But you all wake up feeling a warmth in your chest. And those of you that actually look, you will see different markings. They not quite a tattoo, not quite a what's the term I'm looking for? A brand. It's just a presence there, essentially. But you do see the faint outlines of different sweets. Some of you have a heart, some of you have a diamond, or a spade. You're not quite sure what this means, and each of you kind of feel like no one might really believe you, except for maybe each other. But it is up to you if you tell each other what's going on. If y'all do, just say so. I'm not gonna make you go through
Ink.
that description.
Oh my god, Ink. You never believe what happened last night.
Ink believes it.
Good, 'cause it was crazy.
Okay, so
Eldon
I'm just
doesn't
gonna-
share.
I'm just gonna say, Eldon, Oscar's like already like sprung up, like holy shit, like I feel good.
Mhm.
God damn.
These
And
marks. What's going
and-
on?
he's ready to take on the day.
okay. So each of you spend time getting ready, doing your morning ritual, whatever that may be. And you eventually find your way back to the Lotus Tavern, the half of the building. And all enjoy a good breakfast of your own choosing. Richard's not there this morning. Some of the barmaids say that he's out picking up deliveries, probably some ale or some meats. We're not quite sure, but it's a relatively quiet morning. Not that many patrons in here. You do see a lot more city guard and some of the rangers than you have been, because now that some of the madness that's occurred the day before has subsided a little bit. Patrols are still going on, but the entire force is not out in full, pulling double duty, essentially. Few of the rangers and guards nod their head as you enter and eat your meal. Everyone's just keeping to themselves, trying to have a quiet morning. But the day is young. What would you all like to do?
Hot Springs Day?
I have a to-do list. Oscar made a to-do list.
I didn't.
I need to find Jenkins, but that can wait until after the hot springs.
It's Hot Springs Day.
It's hot springs day.
It's Hot Springs Day.
It's
Guys,
totally hot
Ink,
springs day.
Eldon, it's Hot Springs Day. We gotta go to the warming pot. We have tea. We need
Yeah,
to drink.
hold on. Yeah, Sama said at the warming pot they have a tea that's good for before and a tea that's good for after. So we have to go to the warming pot, then the hot springs, and then back to the warming pot, and then I don't know what you guys want to do, but that sounds like a day to me. That sounds like a
That
great
does.
day.
After yesterday, it sounds amazing.
So that's my plan. I don't know about you guys.
When does the warming pot open?
Good question. I don't
It's
know.
always open. We go now. Or not.
They open up early in the morning and they stay late until
Awesome. That's perfect.
Jess, did you have something to say?
Ink will be in the library.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
You have
Yeah,
to
you
come
don't
to
like
the hot
water.
springs.
No, she
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Are you coming? Wait. No. The tea doesn't make sense if you don't want to go to hot springs.
Oh well. Eldon, how about you?
Hot springs?
Eldon is gonna follow Oscar, but he's not gonna say like anything. He's just gonna follow behind him.
Okay.
Okie doke.
All right, so Ink makes her way towards the library. Oscar, Eldon, and Onai, you make your way to the warming pot. We all know what what at least you two are doing. Ink, what was your game plan for going to the library?
I'm gonna pick another
Okay.
and start reading the book.
Okay. The book that you pick up it's a book on relaxation and meditation. You start reading through it, and some of it you already know. Some of it talks about a style. At first, you think is a style of martial arts called yoga.
This is a
Yoga? I hate
very,
yoga.
very low key martial art.
I love it.
Well, how are you
This is awesome.
supposed to murder anyone using this technique?
I'm sure Ink can find a way.
The question is,
Probably.
was Ink saying that out loud?
Yeah, she'll be flustered.
As you're saying this out loud, Jorana kind of comes over. It's like, are you okay? Why are you getting angry and questioning how to murder someone?
Because yoga is useless for this.
Yoga is not for combat. It's for relaxation and developing core strength and flexibility.
Oh, well, Ink will read more.
Okay, so she's like, Ink, you look stressed. Why don't you go?
Ink is
to-
very stressed.
Why don't you just go to the bathhouse and relax a little bit? Okay, you don't like water. That's fine. But the steam will help relax and it'll soften your.
Oh boy.
I feel like it's like a hint. DM wants us to go to the.
Yeah, I think this is you're going to the hot springs, whether I
All
have to
the
send an
moisture
NPC
with
to
you.
drag you there or not.
There's tea at the warming club.
Moisture will only make Ink get poofy. Ink does not like to get poofy.
How about this? You go relax, and you come back, and I will help brush poofiness away.
If you do this to Ink, no one must know.
That'll be our secret.
can't.
Also, you owe me a transcript. Think of this as payment.
I transcribed it for you.
Have you,
Ink has transcribed it for you.
have you given it to her yet?
Yes.
Okay. So, do this for me, please. Go relax. You and your friends have earned it. Go take them to the. So if they.
Oh, they know about it.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Then you must go get the tea from the. They got. I suggest the sage tea, my favorite one.
You must know, Ink is only doing this for you because I have much respect for the librarian. And only because you gave Ink scroll.
Hey,
And she just
guys,
walks out the door.
guys, I think Max really wants us at that hot spring.
I really think
Alright,
so.
I go find you
too.
guys.
It's hot spring time, guys.
No, it's more like. Let's not split the party. Also, I want to see Ink squirm a little bit.
And she shall.
Okay, so after a minute, Ink, you remember where the warming pot is. You see Eldon, Oscar, and Onai sitting down, talking with a one of the workers there, and they place. You look like their orders are being placed in. You walk over and join them, placing your order as well. The rest of you have sat down at a table, been approached by one of the normal workers. You don't see Sama there today. You all remember that Sama usually, the last times you've come here, they have been coming in the afternoon to work. But not even the owner is here.
Aww.
A elven female manning the warming station with water and the different brews. You see people running around, delivering orders to the different patrons this morning. But you each order what they call order a tea from what they call spa treatment. And the waitress kind of lets you know that the spa is also owned by
Oh shit!
the owner of the warming pot.
I'll be right back. Sorry, I got somebody at my door. Hang on.
Okay, we'll put a pause on everything real quick.
Guys, I have a geode and I got to smash it with a hammer. It looks really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Was it a natural one or a man-made one?
I'm pretty sure it's natural, but I'm not sure. I just got it at the toy store. And
Gotcha.
it looks pretty natural.
Sweet.
It's like it's so cool. It reminds me of Whisper of the Heart. We're gonna watch that on Studio Ghibli night, which we're gonna have soon. It's cheesy, but it's good.
Excuse me.
But now I've just got tons of geode pieces in front of my TV. There's a big one too. It looks kind of like a brain. Kind of want to watch.
Did you take the book with you?
What?
Oh no.
Oh,
I mean, Ink is not that dumb. She left satchel in room because she doesn't want it to get wet.
I'm talking about the book you had at the library.
If I could borrow it, yeah.
You can check it out.
Okay.
So
I will have done that begrudgingly. As I sulked because of the imminent thing that I have to do now.
It's okay. We'll protect you, Ink.
But I do leave that book because I don't want to ruin it because I would myself. And all my other books in the bag book holding. And that in the in room. So it's like
okay.
like I put it under my pillow or something.
It shall stay safe.
Yeah.
Okay, I just heard my phone go off. I don't.
Sam says you guys can keep going if you want this. We'll take a minute. Eldon is only going to be silently following them around right now.
Okay.
makes sense.
All right, so you all order y'all's tea. There's a wide selection on the menu for the spa teas, different flavors, different concoctions. They're all really good, and you start feeling relaxed. You're already relaxed, even with everything that happened last night and the day before. But you do learn that the owner of the hot spring also runs the hot spring itself. That the two, he kind of brought the two into life. He doesn't actively work at the hot spring. He just owns the building and allows people to work there. He's the one that started it. But it's his family comes from a long line of hot spring workers back in the lands to the east. Near a lot of the oases, the more civilized areas of the deserts. But you all spend a few minutes drinking your teas. You all notice Ink is looking a little terrified and freaked out at the moment.
It's okay, Ink. We won't make you go in the water.
Ink is grateful for this.
Yes. We'll keep the water far away from you. It will be kind of steamy, though. It's okay.
It's okay. It's good for the skin, good for the fur.
It's like slowly turned head and is glaring at you.
Glaring at who?
NPC that is talking, or just Max.
All right, so the four of you, after a while, you stand up from your tables. You try to pay for the tea, but the manager of the warming pot this morning, it's not letting you pay for it.
Take my money now, please. I feel horrible.
We did do fine, but it's okay. We can still pay. We got months.
They're like, no, you're good. But as you walk out, roll a
Oh God.
perception check real quick, everyone.
Oh,
Oh
God.
shit, we rolled twice now.
Oh God. I wasn't prepared for this. How do you
Nat
roll dice?
20 with
Okay.
a 1. Ooh.
Okay.
Perception. Hey, that's a 10.
All right, so Ink is a little distracted with the thoughts of doom and gloom coming before her now.
Anna's not paying attention. She's like,
Yeah, Onai is just
Hot
still
springtime.
all bubbly about the tea that she just drank. But Oscar,
Right.
you second the owner, the manager this morning tells you not to pay. You immediately spot a tip jar.
All right. In the tip jar, I put. Well, how much was the tea? Wasn't it 1 silver?
Yeah, 1 silver apiece.
I put in, what is it, 2 gold? That's
Okay.
equivalent. That's equivalent to 4 teas.
2 gold is more to like
Say it again.
2 gold is more like 20 teas.
Ah. Well, then you know what? I'll leave the 2 gold. Fuck it. I have nothing to lose.
All right, so you go ahead and Oscar, give me a sleight of hand check real quick.
Oh dear God! Why?
Don't worry about it. You're good.
I think my sleight of hand is -1.
You're good. Don't
oh,
worry
you're
about
screwed.
it. Don't worry
Hold
about
Nat
it.
one.
No. I don't have my character sheet up when I said I would bring it up.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm getting it up now.
I'm back.
I just got to do a bunch
Hey.
of clicking, and
Okay.
That's not
So
bad.
you drop the 2 coins in, and the patron, the woman manning the station right now, says, "No, you have to." And as she's saying that, you just walk.
yeah, I walk away.
And I was like, Oh,
So
hi.
after a few minutes of walking, after getting directions at the warming pot where the springs are, you head north a little bit. I'm not going to pull up the map because it's actually outside the bounds of the map, but it's right north on the western road, heading north kind of by Talon's shop, this Cinder's Quill. You follow that up a little bit. You're still within the town walls. But there on your right, on the western bank of the river that splits Rhinesheart in half, you see a small little shack. If I not do it, nope, did not. Let me throw in a quick picture of what this looks like. But essentially, you walk up to a small, quiet-looking building. Very plain-looking, but it's still well-crafted materials. You open up the door to the establishment, and you're greeted by a young woman sitting at a counter. As you open the door, a small bell chimes, and she welcomes you to. Yeah, I had a name.
The name's Dawn. It's last in time.
Where's it? You see a woman sitting behind the counter. She looks up from a newspaper, and she goes, "Welcome to the modest pedal." I'm not doing audio. I thought I was, but I was like, nope, I'm not gonna do it.
Not today.
Actually,
Hello.
yeah, I'm trying.
Uh,
Yeah,
Hi.
we can.
all right. I keep dropping from the call.
Interesting.
Yeah, Discord's being kind of mean tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We will live.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will.
Out of character. Are
Okay.
we on the cover of that newspaper?
No. You look at the newspaper a little bit, and on the page that she's at, you actually see a kind of like someone took out a massive big ad in the page of this newspaper, and you can try and read it, but you will need to get a little closer and ask to see the paper. But you see in big letters upside down, even you can make it out, all of you can. It says, "It is time."
Oh, is it now?
But she welcomes you to this establishment that she is called the Modest Pet. She starts. Who just dropped?
It was me.
Because I want to make sure Jason does not drop.
I'm here.
Okay, good. All right, so she asked you all if you were to enjoy the hot spring this morning.
Discord doesn't want me to know what the newspaper says. What it?
It is time.
I left the call.
Okay,
And
not a problem. All I said was from your position right now, you can just see the title says "It is time." You would have to ask the patron to look at the newspaper to read the article.
Or I could do this. What is it time for?
Oh, you mean this? And she turns the paper around, and there's a paragraph or two of said this is just some ramblings of some lunatic that calls themselves the Watchers. But it reads, you pick it up and you kind of read it out. It says, "Hello again, my friends. I wish I brought better tidings, but you can feel it, can't you? The light is waning and the shadows are beginning to stir. It has been years since we have felt any unrest in this world of ours. Many of you are too young to remember the war. Many of you are still trying to forget. I'm here to warn and remind you, even though our greatest enemy is dead, there is still evil in this world. Evil that seeks to see the fall of the light once more. For we did fall, time and time again. But we are persistent, aren't we? 3 kingdoms come together, many faiths united. Thieves and killers joined hands with soldiers, and nobles and peasants fought back to back. Our mothers, our fathers, our brothers and sisters. The baker down the street, the kind old cat lady that tended to the flowers in the park. All of us came together. But we have forgotten what it means to unite. I fear we are not ready for darkness that seeks to cast its shadow once again upon this world. So I ask you, no, I urge you, who will rise to stand up against the clutches of evil? Don't be foolish. Don't try to do this alone. Even the Demon King in all of his horrible strength knew better than to stand alone against the forces of light. It will take us all to stand vigilant against the coming storm. Remember, we are the Watchers. And as you get done reading this, the patron said, this is just, it seems like ramblings. I don't even know why the postmaster allowed this to be printed. But, it's all part of free speech and all whatnot.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm been sitting here reading it, trying to see, because I like codes. I like puzzles. I'm trying to see if there's something hidden here. Everything's well written. I don't see any grammatical errors. So, but I think it's just ramblings of a madman, personally. But enough about that. You are all here to rest and relax. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So first of all, let me explain the rules. This is not a mixed bath. This is segregated to men and women. We do have a third chamber for those who do not identify with either. But through these doorways, and behind you see 3 doors behind her off to the side. He said, you will find the changing rooms as well as towels for your modesty and convenience. Please feel free to use any of the herbal washes and mineral. She starts talking and she gives you a plethora of things you can do, different herbs and minerals that you can use to get different effects and personalized baths. There's also the major spring that you can soak in for a while. But as you all go in and change, did y'all have any questions or anything you want to say before you go to your separate ways here?
Are you going to play the crossword puzzle of that newspaper?
I've already solved it 3 times.
Oh, alas. Okay.
Oh, wow.
She points over. There's more papers over to do on your own.
Ooh, okay. And I'm going to take a newspaper.
Okay. And she's like, the cost. She's like, the cost is in the fee. That'll be there's 4 of you. Wait a minute, you all look familiar. Are you the ones that helped out Thomas yesterday?
Maybe.
Well,
Don't confuse her. Yes, we are.
well, thank you all for doing that. We were concerned whenever we heard that he gone missing, but wasn't. I'm still confused about everything that happened. Thank you, nonetheless. But for your stay here this morning, it's only going to cost you each about 5 silver apiece.
Cool.
Okay.
So
How
Yes,
much
that
for the
feels
paper? There's the.
paper is part of it's free.
Okay. Thank you so much, dear.
Oh, you're welcome. So you each kind of go to your changing rooms. You all there's cubbies and lockers here to where you can put your valuables in, if you brought any.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I mean, I put my tutu in.
I thought you were gonna say you put the door in there.
No, dude, that would have been a great hiding spot.
If you could get that door into this little locker, I would have been impressed.
You don't know; it could be a locker of holding.
Yeah, you don't know.
I think he does know. Just saying.
No, I mean, he could know.
Or one of the lockers could be a portal to the 9 Hells.
Oh,
Which Max would celebrate if that door went to the portal of the Nine Hells, I'm sure.
So yeah.
And then 10 levels down the road, you're facing a demon with a door strapped to his back.
Guys, that's my door.
We finally found it.
I'm gonna etch my name into it just in case that happens, and I see Oscar
We
written
should-
across the door.
We gotta put all of our names on it.
On the final boss, I just see a door hanging out of a giant ass beast, and it's just like, oh hey.
That's my door. You remember what door it is? Yes, it's got my name on it.
Jess, do you have something?
Yeah. Inga's going to take out her cloak and wrap herself in it like a burrito. Like an angry taxi burrito.
That is the best.
Oh.
And she's gonna go sulk in the corner when she gets to the hot springs. And all you can see is like some whiskers out of like the hood. Like she's freaking Emperor Palpatine.
But whiskers.
Whiskers.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you all get changed. You're
Like the frame.
So you're all separated. Oscar and Eldon are to one side, Ink and Onai to the other. But you walk out to essentially something that looks like this: an old Japanese hot spring.
No.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
Oh,
there's plenty of space for Ink to sit far away from the water
Nice.
and meditate if you
Okay.
wish.
I'm gonna go to my happy place.
So Onai, you see Ink immediately rush off to as far away from the water as possible and sit on a stone and cross her legs and just like temple, and then she goes still and quiet.
Okay, then. She says that she goes to the water.
Okay, so as you all get to the water, let's start with Onai first. So Onai, you get into the water, and as you get there, you realize that you're not alone on this side. It's a slow morning, but there's someone else there. And at first you can't quite see through the steam, but eventually you kind of start making out who it is, and you see a familiar face.
Onai, what are you doing here this morning?
Hot Springs! She's like, super excited that someone she knows.
It's good to see you.
Yes. Very good.
Onai, roll me a
Oh god.
perception check real quick.
Oh god. Where's my character sheet? Oh no. Oh god. I wasn't prepared for rolls today. Watch this be horrible. And I'm like, who are you? Oh, it's good. Thank god.
Okay, so this looks like Sama. You are confused as hell because they were a he.
I did. I was. Oh boy.
But you also notice that Sama looks not scared, but like you caught her unexpected. She wasn't expecting to see anyone here this morning.
Just like, oh god.
I'm glad to see that you took my advice and decided to go to the hot springs. Did you at least go get some tea?
We did. We went all together and we got tea.
How was it? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was amazing. All the tea at the warming pot is literally amazing. You guys do such a good job.
Well, we are glad to hear that. We try our best to maintain high quality and amazing taste.
Yes.
Okay, so
Quick scene shift to Oscar and Eldon.
Bye-bye.
You two walk out, Eldon, and you, Oscar, make your way to the water, and you sit in and relax.
Of course, as soon as you get to me, it like cut the call, but I'm back. It's okay.
Okay. No, you're
I'm
good. So you and Eldon make your way to the pool of water, and you decide to sit down and relax for a few minutes. And as you're sitting there relaxing, who did we lose? We just lost. Yep, there we go. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I'm
I
back.
missed you.
I missed you guys too. This is
God.
getting annoying.
God,
Yeah, just a little bit.
You
Yeah, just a little bit.
Dude, my Wi-Fi is full, like bar-wise. I'm the only one on my 5G, according to my laptop. So I have no idea what's going on.
I just realized my Wi-Fi is at 1, but I'm connected to the 5G. Hello? What? How?
Well, 5G, like my router is right here. Right here.
It is what it is.
Yep. Oh, we're bound.
Yeah. So anyway, you two are sitting there, relaxing a little bit, taking in the warm water. Steam is rising, obscuring your view of anyone else here, which is normally fine. But then after a while, you hear that you hear someone else move around and stretch and yawn. And you start making your way through, looking through. Eldon, Oscar, give me a perception check.
I think I know who this is. I think.
Give me that.
Kind
Give me
of
that
excited.
nat 20 again. That would be great.
I can get a 1.
I got a
Can't
5.
quite make your
Where
make
am I?
your out whoever this
Who
is.
goes
this
there?
spot, but it takes a few minutes. And you end up seeing a figure that looks familiar.
Well, it can't be Stonearm because he's pretty fucking big.
Oscar? Eldon? What are y'all doing here?
Alright, now I'm confused as fuck.
I'm just enjoying the hot springs.
Well, I'm glad to see that you guys decided to take my advice on enjoying a day at the hot springs. Did you at least get some tea?
Yep, of course.
How was it?
No, it was really good. I love it.
Wait. What? Wait. What?
Mhm.
Well,
What?
I am glad to hear that you enjoyed the tea.
Yeah, it was as usual. It's always good.
Well, we always strive for perfection in our brews and high quality teas. Well, if you two will excuse me.
And you watch as Sama stands up, stretches a little bit, kind of does a little side bend, towel wrapped around his waist, and he makes his way towards the exit.
Max, you ingenious bastard.
Back to Onai real quick.
Oh my
Oh.
god, you really
God.
are hitting the head hard. I feel like I hit my head against a brick wall like 5 times. That like
What?
okay,
don't- oh my God.
continue.
Okay.
Composure.
I can't. I'm so confused.
Okay.
So, back to Onai. Onai, you're sitting here talking with Sama for a few minutes, and you kind of see her just kind of start stretching, and she pulls out a little pocket mirror real quick and look at her face, and she goes,
Well, it looks like I might be getting a little flushed here. If you'll excuse me all night, I am going to go dry off and go get me a cup of tea.
Okie dokie.
she stands up, no towel wrapped around her. She just walks out.
Hi.
And as she walks by, she sees Ink.
Oh, Master Ink, you should really stop by and enjoy a cup of tea. Jorana has told us much about you.
I'm so.
I forgot.
I'm so. Oh.
That was so funny.
That was perfect. Oh God.
Or-
Okay.
Ink's not gonna say anything because basically Ink is so far in her happy place that she can't hear anything.
Hmm.
But I started saying it like a valley. You'll hear.
All right, so all night you watch as Sama starts
Hi.
walking, and goes to change. So the rest of you are left to sit here and relax, and now ponder about what to do with the rest of your days. But as you're sitting here, you all feel the tension from yesterday start to fade away. Anyone that had a bruise or a cut, you feel the pain, for the slight discomfort that start to fade away.
Yay.
And just kind of explanation from the DM, you're already at max hit points, but the physical representations of the damage that you took are slowly being mended by this water, by the
Magical
minerals
water.
in it. So you're not quite sure what's causing it or why, but you're all thoroughly enjoying yourself. And surprisingly, Ink, you kind of come out of your meditative state for just a moment, and you realize that even though you're steamy right now, you got all the steam rolling around you, it's not causing you to poof up. In fact, even though you haven't gotten in the, you've made a cocoon for yourself, so this getting in and in through your cloak, and it's warming you up and relaxing you.
Hello.
Sorry, that was just our timer. So,
Oh.
all right, so we're gonna have to wrap up here in just a few minutes. But Ink, go ahead.
Ink would say as proof it.
Weird thing is, the wet feeling that Ink would have expected is not there. Instead, it's more like a steam cleaning that's going on. But
I still don't.
you don't have to like it. But you all spend a few hours or however long you wish to stay here.
Ink leaves after 15 minutes.
Yep.
Don't forget the tea.
All right. So, what would y'all like to do? Stay
Okay,
here for
so-
a while or leave? And talk?
Oh, I don't know when Oscar's leaving, but when he's leaving, I need to go up to him and be like, Oscar, you won't believe who I saw.
No, I know what's happening. Don't worry. Don't.
Okay.
Oscar has to go back to the warming pot because there was a tea for after.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I will join.
that's what Oscar's doing. In probably like a little bit, but like not much longer.
Eldon, are you coming with? Shall we all go get tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So after collecting your thoughts and relaxing for a bit, you all eventually make your way back to. Ink is already sitting there, still wrapped up in her cloak. Would you be enjoying a cup of tea? Okay. She's enjoying a cup of tea. She looks a lot happier.
What up?
Go ahead.
No, you guys continue. Hold.
Oh, okay. But as the three of you walk your way up to the table that Ink is sitting at, you notice that she's sitting with two other people.
What?
Two people that look identical.
Oh my god.
Before you sit Sama and Sama.
Oh my god.
As you two walk up, or three, and walk up and sit down, I'm imagining Oscar and Onai are kind of like mouth ajar, like, what? Huh?
No, Oscar's just like mind is broken. Like if he had pupils, he'd be cross-eyed. Like he doesn't know what to think.
I was like,
His
there's
head's
there's-
like drooped
there's
to the
two?
left a little bit, and he's just like,
there's two. There's Oscar. There's two of them.
As you,
He doesn't answer. He doesn't
Eldon
answer.
just sits down, I imagine. Just
Eldon
ignoring
doesn't. Eldon has no idea any of this happened.
Yeah, no.
No, Eldon's like, what the fuck ever.
Yeah, so he sits down and just orders his tea, just quite literally ignoring his two friends. Now.
Yes.
It's like I don't
They're
know.
having a panic attack.
He's like, I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah, but you see the Samas. They start looking at you and smiling before they both just burst out to laughing.
I'm so confused. What?
Oscar's still
There's-
quiet.
There's two of you. There's two of you. There's two of you.
Onai, dear,
Yes.
calm down. Have a seat. Drink some
Okay.
tea. We will explain.
Okay. She sits down. And she's like, tea.
So, the female Sama motions for one of the waiters, and you all place your orders for tea. And after a few minutes, it comes back, and you all just sit there in silence. Oscar and Onai still dumbfounded at this point, still not having a clue what the hell's going on.
Ona doesn't know how to think anymore.
But you enjoy the tea, and sure enough, you feel amazing with this tea. And I'm
Best
trying
tea.
to find.
Oscar's just like sipping the tea with his jaw still wide. Like you don't know how he's doing it. But he's doing it. He's making
It's a
it
little
work,
bit
and he's just
dribbling
like-
off from the side.
Yeah, he's just like,
Oscar.
and then he puts it down and gives a thumbs up, and then just.
Okay. Don't worry, Oscar. I'm just as like, what as you are.
After you see both of them finish their tea at the same time and set it down, they begin to talk. Kind of like one will start talking and the other one would then finish the sentence, and then vice versa.
Oh my god.
All right, I think Oscar like starts to pay attention a little more. He's just like, I need to hear it now.
What is even? I don't
Well,
understand.
now
life.
that we've had our fun, don't worry, we do this to most newcomers. It usually takes people a lot longer to discover, and some people still don't know, but people who live here in Ryan's Heart know that we're brother and sister.
You know, that makes a lot.
Got it.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, I'm so confused. My mind.
You look at these two real quick, and they are like, if you didn't know that they were two different genders, you would not know they were identical twins.
Mm-hmm.
Does.
I mean, they're identical twins, but for different genders. They both have the exact same build, the exact same facial structures. Like, not
the
too
same
masculine,
person.
but not too feminine. But there are, now that you're seeing them side by side, you kind of notice that there are slight differences in a few things. You start noticing that now that you not see the high collar pulled up, you can see an Adam's apple on one of them. It's not big, it's a small Adam's apple, but it's still there.
Mhm.
They're both, roughly the same size, and their pitch is identical to each other. But they start talking and explaining a few things.
We think we owe you all, at least sorry, Oscar and Onai, we owe you two brief explanation.
Just
Yeah,
a little one.
Yeah, probably more than most people. We just do this for laughs, like we said. We like to have people freaked out by not knowing what gender we are. It's
Yes.
a little humor that we have. We're not originally from Ryan's Heart, as you can probably guess.
Mhm.
We were actually orphans. We're not entirely sure where we grew up. We just knew that we lived on the city, somewhere to the south or to the east. We're not entirely sure anymore. It's feel like it's been so long, and we were eventually just taken in and captured and turned into servants for one of the noblemen. And eventually we passed hands from one nobleman to another. They always kept us together because having a pair that looked identical to each other was a luxury that some saw. But eventually made our way to a nobleman in the capital, to the kingdom to the south.
And most of you, what they are describing, let me pull up.
I don't even know what they are anymore.
They're talking about Kelowna, the capital of the Cadorian Dominion to the south. It's the largest region of the three kingdoms, and honestly, it's probably has the hardest to defend because of how expansive its borders are.
Mm-hmm.
But they go on to explain that their last quote unquote master saw something in them that he could use, an opportunity. He saw the makings of spies, so he took them, trained them, at times beat them, but eventually, they explained that they were not always, the same build, and they don't even remember their own names anymore. They just know themselves as Sama now. And they bulked up the female Sama, that's the one that's speaking. They said that I underwent rigorous physical training to increase my muscle mass.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through rigorous training to make my mannerisms more feminine, says the
male one. But eventually they share they essentially were spies and assassins, used to infiltrate their competitors, enemies, what have you, and do their bidding, as well as be loyal servants for this nobleman. But eventually, the nobleman had sent them on a mission and was he himself assassinated while these two were out. When they returned, many blamed them, and so the only thing they could do is they decided to run. They fled the Dominion to the south and made their way the breach, passed the test at Graysonhold, and made their home here in Reinhardt. There have been those, they say, that have recognized them, but because of the fact that they're here past the gate, it means the Tamarian military has deemed them safe, deemed them good folk to cross borders right now. So, and there's not much, like they've had people try and arrest them, try and capture them to bring them back south, but they're always stopped by the town's guard here, the occasional legionnaire from the Iron Legion battalions that keep hold of this area. And the one occasion where they were actually taken to the border, the Tamarian guards, Alexei himself actually stopped these two from being taken, because they've made a reputation of good, honest people in this area that will do anything to protect the citizens of Reinhardt.
Oh my goodness. This
Oscar just like whenever they're done explaining, he just does the mind explosion hand gesture. It's just.
That's the reaction we see. This is the whole reason why we do this.
Well, consider my being freaked. This is pretty wild.
Oh my god. This is
Oof.
whoa. I'm like whoa.
Whoa.
Well
Well,
played, Max. Well
But
played.
you know what? It's fine,
This is fine. This is fine.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is fine.
And at the same time, they both say,
Now there's plenty to go around.
and then they get up, bow at you all, and you hear them walk away arm in arm.
I can't.
What?
Oh.
What?
What just happened? Max, you just like this is Max at this point. You're just my brain,
Max?
my bean,
Max? Max?
bean. Ah!
You wanted us to go to the hot springs so bad. You wanted to settle this.
Well played.
I have been planning this for weeks, motherfuckers.
Mama was a guy, and I was like so convinced. I was so convinced.
Which is the reason why I've been having such a hard time of maintaining the they, the by.
Because it's not a them, it's a he and a she.
As soon as we went to the warming pot, and then Salmon was seen twice, and then I was like, not the warming pot, the hot springs. I'm confused. I was like, I go to the hot springs. We saw them. We saw them both.
I
And
saw.
then my mind was like, the hot springs isn't even on the map.
No, because I stole the map from somewhere else, and I haven't quite accounted for everything yet.
Gotcha. I was just gonna say, like, the hot springs isn't on the map. He planned around the hot springs with this, and I'm just sitting here like, this smart motherfucker. This smart.
Oh
Every
my
single
God.
time you opened your mouth.